So the AirPods have been out for just over a year now, and they've been a huge success for Apple, with most retailers still not able to keep them in stock, and reports are saying Apple is planning a second generation later this year. So in light of this news, I wanted to make a video detailing my thoughts on the AirPods over the year that I've used them, and what I would like to see different in the next generation of AirPods. My name is Trebex, and this is the Apple AirPods Year in Review. I've used this exact pair of AirPods every day for a year now. They've actually become one of the essential pocket items that I have to check as I'm leaving the house in the morning. You know, the whole wallet, cell phone, keys, AirPods, check. I use them for all my phone calls and most of my music listening, plus anytime I'm watching content on my phone. These have without a doubt become one of my favorite Apple products I've ever owned. So how durable are these? Well, starting with the case, I'd say it's held up pretty well over this year. There are some light scratches, but overall it's in good shape. The lid still closes tightly, the hinges aren't weak or off-center, and the charger is still charging with no issues. The AirPods themselves still look pretty new, and the speakers inside still sounds just as they did the first day I got them. Which leads me to the next part, sound quality, arguably the most important part of a headphone. Now while these aren't the best sounding headphones out there, they definitely don't disappoint, and they definitely aren't just a pair of Apple's EarPods without the wire. These things sound really good and better than anything else I've listened to in this price bracket for wireless headphones. So like most Apple devices, these AirPods work best with other Apple devices. They have the W1 chip in them, which allows for seamless pairing, which is really neat and made using them with all of my Apple devices super easy. Whether it was my watch, my MacBook, or my favorite, my Apple TV. I was able to easily switch to my AirPods without even having to pair them and channel all of the TV sound right through them. I find myself doing this quite often even when I'm home alone. Now the AirPods utilize a one-size-fits-most design, and I found it really does fit most. They fit very well in my ears no matter what I was doing, whether I'm going for a run, playing basketball, or even laying down for a nap. They don't even come close to falling out. It's not the tightest fit in the world, so it doesn't block out as much sound as some other in-ear buds, but like I said earlier, they still do a pretty good job. One of my favorite features of the AirPods is the ability to use Siri without pulling out my phone. If anytime I needed to make a phone call or send a text, I could just double tap the AirPod and give it my command. There's something really cool about being able to do that.
James Bond.
So obviously they work well with an iPhone, but what if you have an Android? Do they work? Well, yes, and very well actually. They pair up easy enough and you still get to use some of the gesture controls like tap in to pause or go to the next track. And as a matter of fact, I'd say these are actually the best wireless earbuds you could probably buy no matter which ecosystem you use. So I've had a lot of good things to say about them, and that's because there's a lot to like about them. But they're not perfect. Close maybe, but not quite. So let's talk about some things that I'd like to see in the next generation. First, give us some colors. I think my number one complaint easily is how easy these things attract all of the dust and dirt and lint and whatever else is in your pocket due to the magnets. And the fact that these are bright white just makes it worse. They are impossible to keep clean, but if they came in different colors, at least wouldn't show up so easily. Even if it was just a black set, or space gray as I'm sure Apple would call it, I'd be happy with that. Next, I'd like to see the new AirPods get an official water resistance rating. And though I've seen some YouTube videos showing that these are surprisingly resistant to water, until I see that official rating, I'm keeping these out of the rain. The last thing I would like to see is improved gesture controls, or at least a volume control. I mean, these are headphones, so you'd like a volume controller. You'd think it'd be a must, right? Currently, the only way to adjust the volume is by pulling your phone, or if you have an Apple Watch, you can use that as well. It's not terrible, but it'd still be nice to maybe just slide up and down along one of the stems of the AirPods to control the volume. Overall, I do love the AirPods. I use them every single day, and they're definitely my favorite Apple device I own. They work very well, they have crazy good battery life, often going a week between charges, and they actually sound pretty decent. So let me know in the comment section below what you'd like to see Apple change in the next generation, and if you liked the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and remember to subscribe for more. I'll talk to you guys next time.